What's up, everybody? JCSMG back with Boxing Manager Fight Night. Got three decent fights for some preliminary beginning fighters on the card tonight. This is episode 4 of our Fight Nights. We're going to try to walk through these next 2 weeks, see if we can come out with 3 victories on the evening. Again, this is an account I had to restart. This will be my new primary account because the account I had with an undefeated fighter who got all the way to 56-0 glitched out on me. So happy to start this back over again with what looks like some promising light heavyweight, and super welter. As you can see with my light heavyweight, not tremendous in boxing ability, can take some punishment, not really good defensively, but good in terms of ring smarts, gets cut up pretty easily, it has good stamina. So I'm hoping that over time I can build up his profile, particularly in the area that punch accuracy, that punching power, get some of that cut tendency down. In the heavyweight division, got a really good fighter, not really strong, hoping I can get that up to at least a 10 and improve that punishment and that chin, because when you get against big-time contenders going for a title, that's going to be certainly a liability. And then with the super welter, this is probably my best chance at winning belts across all 4 of the divisions. Not a super aggressive fighter, not terrifically great at accuracy, super strong, super skilled, somewhat committed, conditioning is okay, and he doesn't take a lot of damage in terms of cuts. So obviously all 3 of these fighters got a way to go in terms of improving. We hope that we can showcase well enough for that to get to a point where these guys can contend for a belt. So in this first fight, Jose Cifuentes, you can see our advantages. We are supremely more talented than our opponent this evening here in the super welterweight division. So we're going to come out with a strategy. Now, he has power. We got to move. So even though we're better boxers, chances are we might be good starting out with a jabbing and moving strategy. Let's see how this works out for us. So far, the fight is looking pretty even. We got a cut over his eye. That's an attest to how talented we are in the overwhelming skill of this fight. We took that one. We're looking pretty smooth here, not losing a lot of energy. TKO is starting to creep its way up, and we're pretty even. It's probably a matchup between skill and power. So let's see if we move our strategy to using the ring. We won't get as many hits in, but hopefully we won't take as many hits either. Let's see if that works for us. Then obviously not a lot of punches landed in that round, but you can see here in the 7th, we're starting to land a little bit more. Cifuentes still cut up. He's not at the point where the energy level is low enough where I want to get a little more aggressive, so let's still stay away from it. We don't want to risk a knockout. Obviously, we're depleting our energy as well as his, but we're steady landing hits, probably edging the fight. As you can see, Judge 1 gave it to him. It's a draw. He got it. I got it in the 2nd, tied up in the 3rd. That one left a draw. And at this point, it's tough because you don't want to take a knockout. The last thing you want to do is get super aggressive because it only takes one punch to knock you out. So in these early stages of a career, you want to be pretty cautious in terms of approaching a fight with a super aggressive stance when you know your guy doesn't have a chin, doesn't have a lot of experience, and doesn't really come into a fight with a super level of intelligence to be able to get through one where he's outclassed in certain areas of the skill level. So we move on to our light heavy division. This is Roscoe Rakonyak from Montenegro. Again, another fight where we are at the advantage with ring skill, and we're pretty even in defensive skill. We have a little bit more stamina. That's good to know going in. That means we might be able to jab and run around the ring a little bit. But we're at a disadvantage with the chin. He's a little bit more aggressive than us. And punch power, we're up, and punch accuracy, we're up. So at some point, if it looks like we're in control of the fight, we want to get a little more aggressive. We start out with the strategy of just our skill. He outclassed us there. This looks like that we might want to be able to smother inside. If he's coming out with the more aggressive approach to the fight, let's see if we can tie him up a little bit. As you can see, we did a little bit better in that round. He came on in the latter part, but it looks like we edged him. We keep that smothering strategy on, see if he adjusts. Obviously, our TKO, we're in too tight, so he's landing some big hits there. Let's see if our cover up strategy allows us to reduce some of that damage and get out on him. Here he got that round, and we're halfway through the fight, or preparing to start halfway through the fight. At some point, we have to get to the point where we're piling on pressure or looking for an opportunity to score here. So we pile on pressure here, landing a few more power punches, limiting some of his punches. We don't want him to get a chance to get out on us. As you can see, big round for us in the end of 6. While we're still down on power punches, we're steady taking rounds. He's down in the energy. Let's see if we plant our feet, what happens there. A few more power punches, and as you can see, we got the TKO. Stopped him. So it just goes to show you when you apply certain strategies at certain times of the fight, depending on your boxer's skill level, you got a better chance than others to avoid a knockout, to avoid making big mistakes, and still come away with a big time win. We move on to our heavyweight fight, Javier Avilés. We got a slight advantage in chin, a big advantage in boxing skill. He's much more of an accurate puncher than we are, so we got to be careful for that, and much stronger than us. So the one thing we want to do is make sure that we're staying away. As you can see, you're lacking the chin. He's got an average punch, but coming out, we want to see if we could jab and move and get out on that end. As you can see, we overwhelm him early, sticking on our feet. That's a good sign for us. We could stick with that. More power punches you want to walk for, and he knocked us down. And as you can see, the TKO level, while he's high, we're just as high. And now he scores a knockdown. So let's see if we can use the ring. He's obviously being aggressive. Let's see if we can duck away from him. We're running him out of energy. That's good. Running him around the ring a little bit. That seems to bode well for us. Now his energy is coming back down, and he actually won that round. So we want to make sure that we can try to smother inside again. Well, let's try natural style. Let's see if our natural ability can get out on him a little bit. As you can see, we're picking up power punches. We're picking up our punch count. We're wearing him down steadily, getting to our natural ability. We obviously, at the beginning of the fight, we saw we were a much better boxer. He's out of energy, so now we can try to pile on the pressure. And this is the kind of thing that gets your star rating up. If you pile on pressure, throw a lot of punches, start to be more aggressive in the fight, the ref takes notice and scores it for you. But then you also have a chance to increase your star rating, which gets you into higher rounds and against higher competition for bigger payouts later in your career. It would appear that through 9 with the last round that we're slightly ahead. Now you have an option here. You could look for a KO or go for broke, or you could get back to a style that is pretty cautious since you already have a knockdown. We may be up about 2 points on the cards. Let's see if we can look for KO and see if we can get a stylish into this fight. We got a knockdown. We won the fight with a technical knockout. If you take a look at the results, it really wasn't that close. We won at least 7 rounds. So it just goes to show you at different weight classes with different skill levels, you have an opportunity to deploy different strategies to try to get out on your opponent. So we come away with 2 wins, a draw, not too bad for this fight night. I'm JCSMG. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow on Instagram _JCSMG. I'll check you out the next time. Peace.